Welcome to Beyond Hospitality, the visitors ministry for Harvest Church, cultivating an atmosphere of warmth and value while creating meaningful connections. Through this brief course, we will cover: why does hospitality matter? What does hospitality look like? Why does it matter that we go beyond hospitality and assist in making connections? And what do we mean when we say make connections? So why does hospitality matter? Imagine this. You're a visitor here for the first time, a stranger in the midst of a host of people who are obviously friends and very familiar with one another. You don't know anyone. You are nameless to these people. A faceless person in a crowd of people. This feels very overwhelming and uncomfortable. Hospitality matters because it comes in at the pivotal moment for our visitor, because it can directly impact their ability to receive from the Holy Spirit in the service. Hospitality has the ability to break down walls and even make someone who could otherwise be nervous and withdrawn become receptive and trusting. Romans chapter 12 verses 9 through 13 says this: "Let love be genuine, abhor what is evil, and hold fast to what is good. Love one another with brotherly affection. Outdo one another in showing honor. Do not be slothful in zeal, be fervent in spirit. Serve the Lord, rejoice in hope, be patient in tribulation, be constant in prayer. Contribute to the needs of the saints. Seek to show hospitality." So, what is the first step in going beyond hospitality? It begins with our welcome. A warm, genuine welcome when someone comes through the door is the very first expression of hospitality our visitor will receive. This welcome should include the obvious handshake and introductions, but would have deeper, lasting impact when it is followed with acts of hospitality, such as offering them a beverage or snack, taking interest in their family, and even showing them to areas around the church that they may need to be familiar with later during the service. This brings us to our second step in going beyond hospitality. That is making connections. Making connections is pivotal in going beyond hospitality and moving into genuine love. Remember Romans 12? Imagine you're newly engaged and joining your fiancé on one of their family gatherings. You walk into the unfamiliar home filled with unfamiliar people. Someone is kind to you, greets you, even shows you around their home, but that's where everything kind of stops. You don't get to know anyone else. You're still a stranger in a place where you wish to be known and accepted. By assisting in making connections, we are going the extra mile. We step beyond what requires little commitment and open up doors that could end up transforming into real relationship. It is the feeling of being connected that translates most genuinely into loved. We don't have to create these connections ourselves. We simply direct them to the opportunities. What do we mean when we say make connections? Making connections is as simple as making introductions to other members and to other gathering opportunities. This brings us to our third step in going beyond hospitality. We've made our welcome. We've helped in making connections. Now we help them get settled in. After first welcomes, hopefully connecting our visitors with other members within the body, etc., we reach the point in the service where everyone needs to begin to settle in for things to begin. Each visitor and scenario is different, however, we imagine this could be an excellent time to give them our welcome package and explain our connection cards and how we use them. Our connection cards are self-explanatory, but when explaining the card and its use, please note the section I am interested in hearing more about. We will use this information for our next step as we follow up with them. The prayer requests section is where our elders, and we hope each member of this Beyond Hospitality team, will be committed to praying over the requests throughout the week. Our fourth and final step in going beyond hospitality concludes with follow up. To follow up, our office administrator will set up a Beyond Hospitality GroupMe account. Information received during the offering time on our connection cards will be dispersed through this means. From there, the Beyond Hospitality team can collaborate and assign follow-ups based on who originally made the connection or who is most appropriate for that task. To follow up, the Beyond Hospitality team will use the information on the connection cards. They'll call shortly after the visit. We don't want too much time to pass before the follow-up contact. During this phone call, it's a great time to check in, see how they enjoy their time at Harvest, pray over their prayer requests with them, and let them know that someone will be contacting them regarding their marked interest on their card later this week. Maybe it could even be asked what method of contact they prefer, such as phone, email, or text. An office administrator or an elder will also be sure to post a card in the mail on Monday to recognize their visit. And finally, after making your follow-up calls, please put any information relevant to the elders or that person who may be contacting the visitor later in the week, based on interest marked on the connection cards, in the same GroupMe thread. There, the office administrator can disperse that information appropriately. And that's it. Through just a few simple acts of going beyond hospitality, you have played a pivotal role in His kingdom by walking out Romans 12 in a way that blesses, connects, and ministers to our visitors. Thank you.